You! Yeah, you. You. As in, specifically, you. You tubby little weirdo who's thinking about buying a Henry lever action chambered in 4440 as your first gun purchase on your 21st birthday with the money you got from grandma. Tell you what, rather than waste your money on a practical small game hunting rifle, how about you play Hunt 1896 instead? It's got a low cost of entry, especially if you buy it on a third-party website, and definitely isn't going to ruin your life and financial well-being with its Skinner box gameplay and weekly DLCs. In fact, I'm such a nice guy, I'll even show you how to play. But before we can do that, we need to get you some peripherals. Introducing the SteelSeries Z board from 2006. This will be the first thing you'll need to acquire before you can begin playing Hunt, as it will elevate your skills from the third best Fortnite player in your subdivision
Bro, please, bro, why you do
to the best in the world. Equipped with a butterfly layout, it is both comfortable and convenient to use. Additionally, the keys all have a short travel distance, allowing you to hit up to 7 of them at once. Those of you who aren't from Mississippi or Chernobyl may observe that 7 is exactly 2 more fingers than your average human has. Plus, they're dirt cheap. Ranging at around $40 on eBay, they cost a quarter as much as your average mechanical keyboard and are superior in every way. Plus, it can do this. Oh yeah, it's gaming time. You may think I'm joking, but I've been playing on these things since they first came out, and I'm an MLG ranked player from Halo CE that played for the prestigious clan SYS under the feared name of Soil, which definitely makes me more qualified to talk about performance gaming peripherals than your average professional gamer.
Good boogie bomb, Tim.
And unlike most of them, I'm interested in women that have stopped ovulating, not the ones that haven't even begun. Lastly, I want you to throw away your high DPI gaming mouse with its advanced drivers and custom key bindings that you spent more on than your car payment last month. Instead, you're going to show your superiority over your foes by playing with a thumball mouse. While this step is technically optional, men who don't know how to use their thumbs to gently touch small round things make terrible husbands. Trust me, not only am I making you a better gamer, I'm helping you to be a better man for your lady friends. Once you have all the required accessories, you may launch Hunt and select a region. For those of us living in the greatest nation on this planet, the glorious US of A, where every weapon in this game was manufactured, I recommend you select US West. Why? Because people on the East Coast suck at this game. I'm honestly not sure why this is, but I suspect it's due to all the lead poisoning in the water and that they have to rep Biggie instead of Pac. Trust me, playing against East Coast players is like trying to find a groomer in a furry Discord server. It's too easy. And remember, we're here to be pros, not push disabled kids downstairs. Once you've selected a region, I can officially welcome you to the worst UI in the world. Designed so that room temperature IQ console players can navigate it like their first 10-piece Lego set with the 5-inch blocks designed so that they won't try to swallow and choke on them, the UI is absolutely dog water for PC. Console features that were added include, but are not limited to, sending you back to the menu every time you try to buy one of the 8 tools needed every time you pick a new hunter, purchasable content being hidden behind random tabs, weapon skins being behind sub-menus instead of being selectable from the weapon itself, and many more. What's sad is this was not the case prior to the 1896 patch, and I've never seen a game burn through its earned good graces with its players quite as quickly as this. Supposedly they're fixing it in the future, but it's too late. Even if they change it while I edit this review, I've already filmed the footage, and I'm not letting them forget what they did. But hey, let's not dwell on game devs making bad decisions in 2024. After all, there's far too many of those, and I don't have the time to go into all of them. Instead, let's get back to the game. At this point, you might be thinking that a tutorial would be good, but us professionals are not about that. I didn't unlock the best ship in Elite Dangerous by doing the tutorial. I did it by shooting innocent civilians until I had enough money to buy it. So skip it. You don't even need it. But if you feel you must play a tutorial, I recommend the Bene Gesserit approach, where you buy crack rocks that your dealer has labeled as spice, overdose on them, then go as long as you can without Narcan to awaken your ancestral memories. Going back to Hunt, before you can begin, you need to pick a character in a loadout. To do this, go to the paid shop and purchase redshirt with the abysmally small amount of in-game currency you got when you bought the game. Got him? Good. Congratulations! You never need to make another cash purchase ever again. Why, you might ask? Because redshirt is antithetical to Hunt's core design, as he is loud, impossible to hide with, and literally has a target on his chest that begs other players to shoot him. Now I am aware this might cause some of my more timid users to ask why we should play him instead of a more stealthy hunter like Kane, and to those people, I would like to show you the door. We don't need your kind here. You play redshirt for 2 reasons. The first is to assert dominance. As redshirt, you are a theta male. Pathetic dirt goblins, claiming to be alpha males, run in terror at your divine presence. Truly, a man who can walk through the bayou unafraid of the death that surrounds him stands above all others as a shining exemplar of 19th century masculinity. The other reason is because redshirt is impossible to headshot. Due to the large target painted on his chest, bullets stray from your head and will always land center mass. Additionally, as you are incapable of sneaking like some of the more cowardly characters, you will be forged into a professional in the fires of playing a multiplayer game on hard mode. You will become one with every sound and micro movement in the corner of your peripheral vision, as you must strike first before you are seen. And then, for an added challenge, we're going to be making sure you're running the cheapest builds known to man. As anyone who follows the way of the redshirt will soon learn, a consequence of this lifestyle is that the idea of rubbing 2 pennies together become nothing more than a pipe dream. But that's okay, because just as Buddha says you do not need worldly belongings to be happy, you do not need the best gear in the game, or even half the normal gear to succeed. Not that it matters, as until you've learned to win with the basic gear, you don't deserve good weapons. After all, when posed with the question, what is best in life, the great conqueror Redshirt the Bayou Barian once said, to cap your enemies, to see them dead before you, and to know you did it with the cheapest guns in the game. My fellow brothers, do not weep that you can't afford dual dolches. Smile, because you just killed the guy using dual dolches with a suppressed Nagant. Alright, the truth is, being poor isn't as bad as Will Smith would have you believe it is, as it gives you access to the Hunt welfare system. To benefit from it, simply buy as many free hunters as you can, unequip their gear, then fire them before hiring a new redshirt and then equipping him with their gear. As I've never earned less than $100 in a round before, this system is an Earth Muffin's wet dream, as it is both sustainable and renewable. Finally, before we start our first hunt, we need to discuss traits. And while there's dozens to choose from, you really only need 4. Greyhound is used to maximize your stamina and let you be a menace in the bayou for longer periods without needing a breather. Gator Legs reduces your movement penalty in the water, which is especially good when you're hunting down fleeing players. And finally, you have Levering and Fanning. Here's the thing, we chosen few of the bayou don't aim down sights. So go ahead and unbind it from your right click as soon as possible. In fact, we are so opposed to it that we mock anyone who tries to use a weapon spec for long-distance sniping or accuracy relentlessly. As real men, we look our enemies in the eye as we kill them. And to give us that little extra edge when fighting at point blank, we turn our slow firearms into automatics. Sure, it's not accurate and it takes forever to reload, but that's not a problem if you bring an identical second gun. See? Problem solved. Now that you have your red shirt with your Dollar General loadout, you are finally free to hunt. And on our menu is the most dangerous game. Other players. Yes, I'm aware the premise of Hunt is to find the boss, kill the boss, banish the boss, and extract with the charred corpse of the boss. But the AI is so painfully stupid that the only way I can feel anything anymore is if I hunt players with the worst equipment imaginable. Besides, it's a lot easier to clear a boss room and get out if everyone else is already dead. So here's what you do. Queue up as a solo against a team of 3. Why, you might ask? Because not only does it up the challenge by putting you with 1 life against a team of people that can revive each other, people who play in teams are like teenagers at the gym. They're loud, have way too expensive gear for what they're capable of, and are easy to mog. Players who travel in packs seem to think that there's safety in numbers. This is not actually true. 3 people simply means 3 times the noise and 3 times the number of coroner reports. Plus, even though it goes against the spirit of playing this game on hard mode, playing against teams is somehow easier than playing against other solos. Don't believe me? Here, peep this. When playing solo, Hunt devolves from being a fun action-packed game and instead becomes a camping trip. Players will wait by clues just outside the danger proc and blast you straight into orbit the moment they hear you pulling it. I'm not joking when I say I have seen players almost wait out the 45-minute timer just to get one kill playing this way. And me and my guys, we ain't here for it. For anyone in the audience who thinks this sounds like a fun way to play, I invite you to take your camping self back to the cozy indie games, as we hunt in this mother lover. Moving forward, anybody caught camping in solos will be forced to play Sole Survivor until they can be reintegrated into society. Now, before I wrap up this review, I'd like to remind you that nobody is here for a fair fight. If you're hunting 3 people, they're going to use every dirty trick to kill you and get out with the bounty. So why should you play by the rules? Trick question, you shouldn't. Instead, you should try to ruin everybody's day and bring the most toxic weapon available, the Concetrina bombs. These barbed wire ELO removers are the 2007 Modern Warfare noob tube of Hunt. Designed as a one-hit kill, they can also be used for area denial and revival prevention. They are a diverse, equitable, and inclusive weapon that can handle all potential engagement scenarios. For example, are you dealing with a pesky solo that keeps reviving? Concetrina. Worried an enemy is going to use a door to sneak up on you? Concertina. Can't kill someone because they're more than 10 feet away and RNGesus betrayed your hip fire? You get the idea. And that's all there is to it. Disrespect snipers. Only engage at close range. Never spend more than $4 on a kit. Understand that aiming down sights is a sign of low testosterone in men. And always have more barbed wire than a saw trap. Do all of these things, and I promise you, you'll eventually be so good at Hunt, you'll have almost filled the void she left behind when she left you. Real talk, I actually got to stop playing this game as it's negatively impacting my finances. I have a Winchester 1873 chambered in .45 long Colt, 2 Model 3s chambered in .45 long Colt, and an actual Lamat revolver with paper reloads in my shopping cart right now. And that's going to cost me like $5 grand just because I can't quit playing this game. Trust me, like the addiction's real. Get out while you still can.